Welcome to ThisDay for this Wednesday, September 2nd. I'm Paul Ortiz, and thanks for joining us today. Well, we have a great show for you today. Lisa Hart had the chance to talk to the Reform Temple, and we had a chance to talk to Muriel and Beverly, and they're going to be celebrating the High Holy Days, and that's going to be coming up here pretty soon. So be sure and tune in for that. Also, Lisa brought us some life hacks as well. This is online card games, and she's going to tell you how you can go online. Very popular now, especially bridge online, and tell you about some of the games that you can play playing cards online. So be sure and tune in for that a little bit later in the program. Well, let's tell you about a meeting that we're going to have this afternoon. That's going to be the Golden Rain Foundation Clubhouse 1 Renovation Ad Hoc Committee, and that's going to be a virtual meeting. That's going to start at 2 o'clock on lagunawoodsvillage.com/meetings. And again, that's going to be the Clubhouse 1 Renovation Ad Hoc Committee. They're going to meet at 2 o'clock, and they're hoping to have it wrap up about 4:30 this afternoon. So be sure and go online and take a look at that. Well, let's give you some of our resources that we usually give you for COVID-19. This is ochealthinfo.com, one of the locals that will give you the numbers per city. I believe Laguna Woods is still sitting around 50. All are doing a great job wearing your mask, social distancing, and fighting this coronavirus. So thank you very much for doing that. CDC.gov, that's staying safe with COVID-19, and then covid19.ca.gov. That is the California numbers and some of the California governor's reopening plans. I believe on Monday we had a couple of hair salons and barbers and nail salons open on Monday, and they're still practicing social distancing and really controlling the amount of people that actually go into some of those facilities, and of course in restaurants as well. They also have that hotline there, 714-834-2000, and that'll give you some more information as well. Well, let's take a look outside. If you're watching, and of course you can go to lagunawoodsvillagealerts.com and check out everything that's happening locally here in your community, and send us an email at info@lagunawoodsvillage.com if you have any questions or comments as well. Well, let's take a look outside now. It's going to be a nice day today, well into the mid-70s. But as you can see, as the week goes on, warming temperatures, and the Labor Day weekend is going to be scorching hot. So today's your day to go out and do whatever you need to do outside. It's going to be a beautiful day, 76 degrees, and then overnight 62. But you can see starting tomorrow, temperatures will get into the 80s. And then each day from there will go up dramatically, especially on that Friday, Saturday. So Labor Day weekend, I think it's going to be a busy one for a lot of people. A lot of people really want to try and get out, and it is a holiday, so it's going to be warm though. So be sure and wear your sunscreen, wear a hat, get out there early in the morning if you can. Well, let's take a look at that sunrise and sunset. That's a beautiful picture there of Barbara's Lake. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:26 a.m. And our sunset this evening will be at 7:14 p.m. That is Barbara's Lake, located just outside of Gate 10 there. It's kind of on the edge of Laguna Woods and Laguna Beach. It is the only natural lake, I believe, in California, but it might be the county, but I think it might be California. If you ever get a chance to go over there, down by Gate 10, beautiful little lake over there. If you're been around as long as I have, back in the old days when Lion Country Safari was here, they had a hippo that escaped, and they found the hippo bubbles in that lake. So that's a pretty interesting story. Hey, send us your pictures at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. We'd appreciate seeing any photos that you have, possibly of your travels, some pictures you might have here around the community, and something you just want to share with us. Email us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. We'll be back with Lisa Hart in the Reform Temple right after this break.
For the sweaty faces and the hidden smiles, the foggy glasses and the sore ears, the determined looks and the muffled laughs. A simple piece of fabric makes a big statement. I care. Let's all do our part to slow the spread. Wear a mask. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov.
I'm Dr. Beto, Doctor of Physical Therapy, and I want to share with you a Medicare program that allows safe in-home treatment. No more crowded clinics, no more waiting rooms. If you or your loved one are suffering from pain, poor balance, strength, or have had a recent fall, we can help. Call Care2You Health now to see if you qualify.
Welcome back. Today I am joined by Mariel and Beverly, who are here on behalf of the Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods. Well, ladies, thank you so much for being with me. How are you doing?
Just great. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for having us.
Of course, of course. It's always nice to see you guys, even though it's virtually. But nonetheless, I know you have a lot of activities coming up here September, mid-September, and wanted to make sure you guys were able to get the word out. So, Mariel, why don't we start with you? Why don't you tell me a little bit about the high holidays that are starting up?
Well, the high holidays known as Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, and Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, are coming. As a matter of fact, we are just a month away, or maybe about 3-4 weeks away, and we are really preparing. You may have been, or many of people may have been wondering, how are we able to observe the high holy days virtually? Well, we have been doing a great deal of preparation and at the Reformed Temple, and we've been preparing very meaningful and beautiful services that will be Zoomed to all of our members. Now, access to the service, of course, is all the members will have access with a special Zoom invitation, and access is available to members of the community who are not members of the temple by sending a check payable to Reformed Temple of Laguna Woods in the amount of $75 per household. In this unusual time, we're making special arrangements to welcome other people who may wish to join us for these services in the community. So, and it's payable by credit card, by PayPal, or the check can go to us at our post office box 2833 in Laguna Woods, California. And we look forward to welcoming everyone in the community. There'll be beautiful services. Our choir has been practicing, and there'll be music, there'll be thoughtfulness, there'll be prayer, and a joyous beginning to the new year, which we certainly hope will be a lot better.
Well, we certainly want to pray for that. Now, let me ask you a question. So in regards to the rabbi, has he done a lot of these Zooms before, or was it sort of a thing for him to learn too?
Well, actually, this is, we've had a lot of practice because of being in this Zoom world, and during the pandemic, the rabbi has been with us, as has the cantorial singer and our choir director and members of the choir have been doing Zoom for weeks now, ever since this period began. So they are all now pretty expert, and it's really a pleasure. I mean, comes Friday night, I'm sitting here in this very same room enjoying the service, and just we have our prayer books, but some of us who don't, they are given to, the page numbers are given to us, and you don't even need that. You can just follow along. It's really quite a pleasure, and I think something like that is going to continue for our senior members who have had trouble joining us in a dark, let's say, December evening, and are really enjoying being part of the service, and our community. Community is so very important. Right. And our community online. It's been a plus. I mean,
yeah, it's nice the way so many people have been able to adapt. And exactly. I mean, believe me, it doesn't replace a hug by any way, shape, or form, but at least it gives you something where you can visualize and you can hear and you can see.
Yeah.
So that's
you know, you see a face, it's just a pleasure.
Yeah. Beverly, how about you? You're participating with the online stuff too?
Absolutely. I can't believe I'm Zooming through my life now. And I think it's a pleasure to be able to do it. Really.
And
It's a gift. It's a gift that they didn't have during the Spanish flu epidemic in 1918. We are so lucky to, even though we can only virtually be with each other, to be able to phone people, to be able to see them in FaceTime. I consider it's a blessing, and I think we should all be very grateful for that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's definitely changed the way we've operated here at the station, but we are able to give the viewers, what they need, and that's information. So that's what we're here to do today. So Muriel, you also have something else you'd like to tell us about. Every Friday evening at 7:30, you have your Shabbat service.
Exactly. In fact, that's what we were touching on. Every Friday evening, 7:30, we have our traditional Friday night services beginning to end. And we start with the prayers and the beautiful singing. We go into the traditional service, and then the rabbi, of course, gives a wonderful sermon to let us know what was doing on the Torah portion, and then to give us an idea of what the Torah tells us about how to live through these difficult periods. And of course, we have our memorial at every end of every service where we remember our dearly beloved who are no longer with us. So it's a complete service. And then we end with a happy note of more singing. So it's a joy. And we want to let you know that anyone in the community that'd like to join in on the Friday night service, and if they're not a member of the synagogue, who gets a link automatically, you can just get in touch with Robin Lipman.
I have her email here as Lipton, Lipton 56 @gmail.com. Is that correct?
Simple, yes.
Okay, good. And she's also the person that they want to get in touch with for the services on September 18th, right?
Sure, she's our Zoom maven. She really knows her business, and she's the person will get you online.
Okay, that's perfect. All right, great. Now, Beverly, I'm sorry.
So if someone wants to, is not able to join us for any reason for the high holidays, if they wanted to just come to our Yizkor service, I think Muriel can explain.
Yeah, our Yizkor service, it will happen at the end of the Yom Kippur Day of Atonement. That is the memorial service, again, for our dearly beloved. And every synagogue opens their doors for people to come in and remember their parents, their grandparents, the families that they have lost. And it's a very important part, and it's near the end of our Yom Kippur service.
Okay.
Anybody can get that link to come in for that.
Okay, perfect. All right, now Beverly, you have a couple of other things that we need to cover, so let's go ahead and have you go ahead and take over now.
Yes, our temple's been very busy. We have a really active education committee this year, and they've got a few programs that are going. We're going to have a new B'nai Mitzvah class, which, if you don't know what that is, that's usually a group study for people who have not had a bar or bat mitzvah, and they can learn Hebrew prayers, the significance of them, how to say them in Hebrew, and what they mean. And it gives them a fuller enjoyment and participation in services. And I think that's key to really enjoying and getting a lot out of something if you understand what's going on. So we have that portion of it. And then they have a fabulous Jewish educator, longtime Jewish educator named Jody Kaufman, who's going to provide the Jewish education portion of the program, learning about Jewish holidays, the calendar, ethics, all kinds of things that are important. And I think that during this difficult time, this gives a greater religious connection, and that helps a lot of people.
That's great.
Also, we have a new book club that will be beginning on Wednesday, September 30th at 10:30 a.m. And they're going to have a first meeting just to organize and determine when they'll meet and when their books, what kind of books they want to read. They're going to be books that have an Israeli or Jewish content or written by a Jewish author. And people will read those books and then discuss them. And I think that's going to be on Zoom, of course.
Right.
And then we also have a new class called The Joy of Yiddish, led by Cal Levin. And that's going to begin on Thursday, October 15th
Okay.
at 11 a.m. And it'll be an 8-week course. And then finally, they're offering a program called Cooking with Rochelle.
What is she going to be?
That's going to be a virtual cooking class. And the first one is going to be, because it's going to be before the high holidays, beginning September 14th at 7 p.m., it's going to involve holiday foods and traditional foods for the holidays.
Nice.
So, yes. And all of
You know how much I like the food.
don't we all? We're all getting that COVID-19 pounds, right?
Yeah. And then, oh my gosh, the holidays are coming. Forget it.
And so all of these, there's also something that hasn't been established yet, but they're hoping to have a Torah study class. And that's something that's in the works. So they'll have more information on that will be forthcoming.
Yeah, good.
And for any information on those, I think we had a visual on it. Information on this is by contacting Harriet Schwartz or Iris Burnham.
Okay.
And the visual has the contact information.
Yep. Good. We got that. Excellent. Okay, good. And then one last thing, because we're running out of time, is I know you have calls that you wanted to talk about, that you're reaching out to people. Tell me quickly.
Yes, briefly, I just want to mention that since the beginning of the pandemic, realizing that there are a lot of lonely people, our Social Action Committee, headed by Bobby Rosenfeld, is reaching out to every member of the temple, calling weekly or bi-weekly, whatever people seem to want. And they are calling every member, and have been and will continue to do so. Our rabbi is also calling every member of the temple. And this has provided a lot of, not only a connection for the temple and for people who feel isolated, but particularly people who are ill, emotionally, spiritually, physically. This is a big help. So we will continue to do that.
Perfect. All right. Well, ladies, thank you so much. It was nice to see you. And
thank you.
Yeah.
So good to see you virtually, Lisa.
Yeah.
Really a pleasure.
Take it easy.
Appreciate this so much.
All right. You're welcome. Bye-bye. And we will be right back after this.
Summer is here. Diane's Hallmark has everything you need to make summer cool. From clothing to jewelry to unique one-of-a-kind gifts, Diane's Hallmark is the place to go. Diane's also has a large religious section as well. Come in today to see it all. Diane's Hallmark is located in the Walmart Shopping Center.
At Harvard Eye, we're so happy to be open again to see you for all your medical and surgical eye care. We're taking great care to protect everyone from COVID-19 by seeing fewer patients, spacing out chairs in our lobby, sanitizing our office constantly, and doing much more. The world is changing a lot, but what hasn't changed is we're honored by your trust and confidence and committed to keeping you safe. We can't wait to see you.
Well, many of you are playing bridge online these days, but we also have a variety of other games that you can play online. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about the different games that are being played today. We have Mahjong. So Mahjong is something that you can do through the American Mahjong Society online, and you compete against other computers and your friends on either your computer, iPad, or tablet. Now, it's 2 weeks free, and then it's $5 a month. So that's pretty inexpensive to be entertained. And the place you want to go to is realmahjong.com. So that's very cool. Then, of course, I mentioned bridge. Now, many people are doing bridgebase.com. We've actually had the Bridge Club talk about this a few times. Free online bridge, and it's the largest bridge site in the world. They have duplicate bridge, they have tournaments, money games, view graph, and more. So it's really quite complete with everything you need for your bridge fun. So that's kind of nice. Now the next one that we have is we have poker. So we can play poker online from playwpt.com, and that's pure poker from the poker experts, and it's absolutely free. So that would be fun to know just sort of how they're doing gambling. Maybe it really isn't gambling at all, and you're just playing a hand to hand, and if you win, you win. So that's kind of nice. Now, AARP has a bunch of different things that you can play. So they have tons of different games. They have solitaire, they have word games, they have mahjong, and a variety of others. So if you want to check that out for free, you would go to games.aarp.org. So that way, when you're at home or it's at night and you don't want to watch the TV, you can just log on and play some virtual games.
Hello, I'm Barry Arbuckle, President and CEO of Memorial Care. This important message is for our patients, employees, physicians, and our community, and it must not wait. Together, we have flattened the COVID-19 curve by social distancing and other measures. Together, we have prepared for the possibility of a surge in hospital patients, which thankfully we haven't experienced. And together, we have continued to provide exceptional, safe health care to a small percentage of patients who have the virus and many others with healthcare needs completely unrelated. Together, we must now focus on renewal. Renewal of healthcare services and, most importantly, the renewal of your healthcare. I know some of you are reluctant to seek care as our community adjusts to reopening. You may be ignoring symptoms or delaying important treatment. This is worrisome. Delays can lead to worsening of serious medical conditions, even unnecessary loss of life.
I'm Dr. Mark Sackwood, Chief of Cardiovascular Surgery for Memorial Care. I just completed a minimally invasive aortic valve replacement. This patient had aortic stenosis with increasing symptoms of shortness of breath, chest pain, and dizziness. Without surgery, there could have been dire consequences, including potential loss of life. If you have symptoms, please don't delay your care. We are here for you.
Oftentimes, conditions like the one Dr. Sackwood just described are discovered in one of our 4 hospital emergency departments. We know of instances in which patients have delayed going to the ER when they needed to be there.
I'm very concerned that patients with stroke, heart attack, sepsis, or other medical emergencies are delaying care. Let me reassure you, it is safe and critically important that you do not ignore the signs and symptoms such as chest discomfort, shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, or sudden onset of headache. If you think you may be having a medical emergency, don't wait. Call 911 or go to your nearest emergency room.
We want you to be safe and feel safe. That is why Memorial Care is taking every possible precaution to ensure a protected environment for all patients, whether they're in one of our neighborhood health centers, urgent care centers, imaging or surgery centers, or our hospitals.
Memorial Care hospitals and outpatient centers are once again performing scheduled surgeries and procedures covering many specialties, including joint replacement, spine surgery, gynecological procedures, and many others. And we are taking many extraordinary precautions. All individuals entering any of our facilities are screened for symptoms, their temperature is taken, and a mask is provided. All surgical patients are tested for COVID-19 before their surgery. Waiting areas have been reconfigured for social distancing, and we continue to follow the most stringent compliance with disinfecting and cleaning of all equipment and spaces.
These types of precautions are taken in all of Memorial Care's locations, regardless of the service being provided. And remember, most health care isn't provided in a hospital. Memorial Care offers the greatest number of options for outpatient, neighborhood-based centers in our region. You can have your primary care and urgent care visits in person or virtually. Outpatient surgeries and imaging tests can also be performed in any number of our outpatient centers.
All of our outpatient centers stand ready to care for you. Whether your child needs a vaccination, you have a chronic condition like diabetes or high blood pressure, or whether you need an imaging procedure for a sports injury, whatever your need, we're here.
Memorial Care is deeply committed to providing our employees, our physicians, and our community with exceptional and safe health care today and every day. Please don't neglect your health. You can rely on us as you always have. Thank you for the trust you place in Memorial Care and the honor of serving you.
Jewelry Box. It's about trust.
Do you buy gold?
Yes, we do.
Do you buy diamond rings?
We do.
Do you buy watches?
We do.
Do you buy silver?
We do.
Do you buy bees?
Yes, we do.
Gold, diamonds, jewelry, or sterling silver. The Jewelry Box of Lake Forest makes it easy to get top dollar for your treasures. No appointment necessary. Simply come in and walk out with money for your valuables.
Whether it's one ring or an entire estate,
we buy it all.
As we wrap up our program, we want to remind you that we're going to have a special rebroadcast of the 2nd Avenue, The Prisoner of 2nd Avenue, that stars Jack Lemmon and Anne Bancroft. That's going to be this Thursday at 7 o'clock, and then also on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. That's a special rebroadcast brought to you by Hoag Hospital, and that is starring Jack Lemmon. He plays a really crazy, neurotic guy. It's pretty funny. He's done an incredible job in this performance. And Anne Bancroft, of course, always does a terrific job. So that's going to be Thursday at 7 and then Sunday at 7:30. And we also have our Friday movie, which is going to be the very popular Forrest Gump. And that's going to be on at 2 o'clock for subtitles, 2 p.m. with subtitles, and 7 p.m. without subtitles. That's going to be our Friday movie, and that's sponsored by Kaiser Permanente. And that's always, of course, a very popular movie. Another one of those springboards for Tom Hanks. He did a terrific job in this movie playing this character. So we hope you'll enjoy it and tune in on Friday and watch that Friday movie. Well, let's take you outside real quick. And it's if you're watching our morning program, that haze is starting to lift a little bit. But today's going to be a beautiful day, 76 degrees, 62 overnight. But as you see, the rest of the days are going to get warm, very warm into the weekend. So be sure and enjoy your day here today. Get out there and make sure and use that new reservation app that they have, and you can go out there and get your court for pickleball or paddleball or even tennis. So be sure and see that on our website. Well, I'm Paul Ortiz, and I do thank you for joining us for the last half hour. Enjoy the rest of your day here in Laguna Woods Village.
Under the RadNet umbrella, prostate imaging is one of our most important men's health initiatives. We have an exclusive team of prostate-dedicated radiologists that read thousands of images from all around the globe. These radiologists are utilizing advanced technologies such as prostate MRI, which offers some of the most detailed visual representations of the prostate gland. Talk to your doctor, begin screening, and take charge of your health.
Now there's a different way to buy a new Lexus. It's called CarDash, only available at southcountylexus.com. It's amazingly simple. Visit southcountylexus.com, select and reserve your new or pre-owned vehicle that comes with a 5-day love it or leave it guarantee. Apply for credit, calculate your payment, and even appraise your trade-in, all online. Once you arrive at the dealership, just pick up your car and drive home. Push a button, get a Lexus. South County Lexus, where different is amazing.